You know, black men they love to hate on biracial men and white men, but then they love white women and biracial women. Make it make sense. Because this whole beef with Drake just is showing a lot of like black men's hatred towards biracial men, but then their love for biracial women. Okay, let's look at the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar's, this. Kendrick Lamar is one artist that likes to act like, he supports black struggles. He's the Martin Luther King, speaking about black struggles, talking about black struggles, talking about slavery, talking about Tupac, and I feel like he's one of those artists, that like to feed off of black trauma. He loves to feed off of slavery. He loves to act woke. He loves to, talk about the struggle, talk about the ghetto, but what has he done for the ghetto? What has he done for the black community? He couldn't even marry a black woman. He married a biracial woman. But then he goes to start dissing Drake, talking about how Drake is mixed, how Drake is not black, he's biracial, talking about Drake's kids, like, is the lowest of the lows. Do you understand? Because number one, Drake has done a lot for black women's confidence. Like, shake that ass for Drake. Don't shake that ass for me. Like, he has done a lot for black women's confidence. Look at the way he's supporting Sexxy Red. By the way, check out I have to put on this red wig for this video because, she's sexy in red. And look at the way when Sexxy Red came, the same black community, oh my God, the same black community, the way they went hard dissing this woman, calling her a gorilla, saying she looks like Young Thug, like saying all sorts of things about this woman, but Drake stood by her. Drake supported her career. Drake pushed her. Oh my God, like I'm getting a lot of goosebumps making this video because what did Kendrick Lamar do for Sexxy Red? How did he use his platform to push a black woman out? How did he use his platform to celebrate a black woman? Who is a black artist in general, woman or man, that Kendrick Lamar has pushed out, has celebrated, has given a shout out? Like, I'm waiting. Like, he did a song with Caesar. Like, Caesar was already made. Caesar was already blown up. So, like, which up and coming artist, which young artist has Kendrick Lamar put on? I need to know. Drake has done a lot for African music when he literally put Wizkid on his song One Dance and introduced Wizkid to an international platform. What has Kendrick Lamar done for the African community? What has he done for the African people? Nothing. No contribution whatsoever. He has not made any contribution for Africans or black women in general. But then he wants to sit on this high horse as the king of rap, self-acclaimed, and talk shit about Drake like Drake has not made contributions for people. Even in the God's Plan video, Drake literally went out for the community, did a lot of giveaways, bought a lot of things for people, paid a lot of college tuition. Like, Drake is making an impact in the world. And you, what impact are you making? Cheating on your biracial wife and then making a whole album about that. That's your impact. Like, Kendrick Lamar has literally been going hard on Drake for years. Even when Drake came out to his shows, showed him love, showed him support, Kendrick has literally been dissing Drake because, it's kind of like those people that like to react to you, say things about you just to feed off of your audience. Like, he just wants to feed off of his clout, feed off of Drake's clout. And when Drake responds, it gives him like an ego boost. Do you understand? It gives him like a sense of worth, a sense of importance, that somebody as high up as Drake is responding to him. And then people now want to make it about biracial versus black. Biracial versus black. Meanwhile, this is just two people. And then you see black men literally come out and be like, oh yeah, Drake, oh yeah, Kendrick, oh yeah, Kendrick, oh yeah, Kendrick. Like, oh, Drake likes to act soft when Drake is speaking about his emotions, speaking about how hot he is. Oh, Drake is the kind of guy to, oh, Drake is soft, oh, Drake is... But Drake is literally supporting women's career, supporting Instagram models. Like, if the Instagram model girlies came out to be like, you know, Drake did this for me, Drake did this for me, what has Kendrick Lamar done? I just want to know, what is his actual contribution besides claiming to be woke? What real contribution has he made for the black community? What contribution has he made for black women? What support has he given the black community? Besides, you know, feeding off of black trauma to make albums, to make songs, feeding off of black trauma to, you know, be popular. What actual contribution has he made? Which program, which school has he, you know, which college tuition has he paid off? How has he affected? He's always talking about how he's the king in Compton, but what contribution has he made in Compton? What has this man done? Like, his whole career is just feeding off of black trauma and dissing Drake. Because you're acting like, oh, you're woke, you're woke, you know? But then you married a biracial woman, but you want to sit on your high horse and diss a biracial man for not being man enough. Why? Because you feel like he's white, he's soft, he has some white in him. Like, what was that line? That he goes in and out of blackness and whiteness when he feels like it. And even being like, he's going to be a mentor for Adonis. Be a mentor for your child. Like, you're a fucking cheater. Like, you cheated on your wife and you think you can be a mentor for another person's child, but you cheated. Why do you think Drake literally hid his child from the world? But then you literally went out. You just keep putting this man in trauma. Went out and brought out his child to the world, like, without his consent. Why do you think he's hiding his child from the world? He's hiding his child from this trauma. God. Like, yo.